Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back. I'm Dee and this is Dee's Bookish Musings, where I'm sharing my love for reading at my own pace. Welcome if you're new, and thanks for returning if you are a returning viewer or subscriber. So in this video, I am going to be doing a book haul. I mentioned that I was having some issues with my camera. Right now I am filming on my phone. I was having issues with my camera on my iPhone because of a storage issue. But I found the culprit, which was my editing software. They just recently did an upgrade and added all these AI features and all these features that I really did not need. And it was taking up more data, like nearly all of it. So I couldn't really film or anything on my camera without getting that full storage message, and all the videos I had planned, vlogs, are stuck in that app. So I had to delete it. So I'm gonna give this a try, start back recording on my iPhone. So with that being said, I'm saying that all to say that I may not be doing vlogs just yet, or for a little bit. And I will be taking somewhat of a break, but I don't anticipate it being a long break. I just got a lot going on right now. But enough of that. I am going to be doing a book haul like the video suggested. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started because y'all, I got a lot of books to show you. So my books are scattered everywhere because this is like my third time recording this video. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. Some of these books you've already seen. If you watch my vlogs, I've shown these books, but I thought I would compile most of those books into this video to do a cumulative book haul type of thing. So I did not go out and buy all of these books all at once. All right, and these are gonna be in no random order. I'm just grabbing books and showing you guys and telling you guys why I bought this book or these books. Okay, so this book, you've seen this book because I showed it in a vlog if you watched that, but you may not have if you don't watch my vlogs. This is by Renee Watson, Skin and Bones. This was a New York Times bestselling author, or she is a New York Times bestselling author. It says on the front, a beautifully poetic meditation of race, history, and parenthood. And that was said by Jacqueline Woodson. She was a winner of the National Book Award. This one explores or follows a plus-size single mother's struggle to fit into spaces not made for her in this soulful lyrical novel that explores what ultimately gets passed down from one generation to the next. So Renee Watson is someone I think I'm going to enjoy, so that's the reason why I bought this book. Now this one is written a little differently. Every every chapter I think has like its own title. So it's almost like written like in short stories. Let me show you. Like in short story form. Not, I don't know. I don't know if it's verse form. I don't think so. I don't know. So that'll be very interesting. And also because it's written like this, I'm expecting to be able to get through this pretty quickly. So we've got Renee Watson, Skin and Bones. And then this next book, if you have been with me like an OG, like I've been doing this forever. I have not been on here forever. I started my channel back I started reading back last summer, but I started this time last year. I think I started this book like in the fall of last year, and I was just grabbing books just because, no rhyme or reason. The cover was interesting, the premise was interesting, so I gave it a shot. I checked this one out at my library, but it just became available not too long ago on paperback. And if you know that I do prefer a good floppy paperbacks. I don't really like hardback books, only for like nonfiction mostly. But anyway, so I got 90 pages into this story and I decided to DNF it, and I did not think I would be picking it back up. But I saw Erin Reads Everything. She included this one in her top favorites or something like that. And I had to agree with her. I thought it was a good story. Not that it was a bad story when I did DNF it, because at that time it was a hard DNF. I was not looking back from this book. But it was just too layered. It was too layered. It had a lot of I don't want to say witchcraft, but conjures and roots and stuff like that. And I didn't really know how to feel about that. But the story itself was good, right? It was good. It's about this lady. It's historical fiction. It's got some fantastical elements in it. Historical fiction about a lady named Saint who comes into some money and she buys land for her people, black people, and all of the black people on that particular in that particular community survive off of the land pretty much without going outside. They work in within that community. Everybody supports each other, things like that. That was the whole idea of her buying land for her to create a place of ours, right? A place of ours, black people. But then her roots and her conjures and stuff like that comes to haunt her. And there's some strange things going on in this book. And you just need to focus on this book. And I did not have the capacity at the time, but I do want to read it. I do want to give it another shot. So I decided to get this one. And I probably did not explain the premise good because it's a lot going on in that book. All right, so the next book I'm gonna grab is this one. It's A Brief History of 7 Killings by Marlon James. I've never read anything from him. I purchased the Night Women book, but it never came. I never got that book, so I just got my money back or whatever. But A Brief History of 7 Killings is about Barb Marley, and this one did win the National Book Award back in, I think, 2014, the Booker Prize, the Booker Prize, the Man Booker Prize. And I heard that this one was a really good book. It's not nonfiction, it's actually fiction based on Bob Marley's life, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I only paid $7 for that book versus about $20. The next book is The Sweetness of Water by Nathan Harris. I just recently got this one. I did do like a vlog that got stuck in the queue and I was never able to upload it because I deleted it. But anyway, I found this one and this one was $4.99. Beautiful cover, just plain. You know what? Sometimes you just focus on one thing when you're looking at covers. I didn't even notice like the two images here. But anyway, so Sweetness of Water is his debut. This is a profound debut about the unlikely bond between two freed men who are brothers and the Georgia farmer whose alliance will alter their lives and his forever. So thought that was interesting, so I went ahead and picked that one up. All right, to my left are two books that I purchased from Thrift Books because I read by April Sinclair, Coffee Will Make You Black. This one was really good, really good. I rated it 5 stars. So I left my back door open. And then the second book, Ain't Gonna Be the Same Fool Twice. And so the reason why I picked this one up, I picked this one up by accident when I was reorganizing my bookshelf or system I got going on. And this one was left out without like a home. So I was like, you know what? I might as well just pick this up and read it because when am I going to read it? Probably never. And I'm glad I did because it was such a good book. So funny, so relatable as a black person growing up, you know, with black parents and things like that. So I picked up these two books. And I think the last book, she's like grown, like graduated from college. She's doing her thing, adulting. And so I know these books are going to be fun. Unfortunately, April Sinclair doesn't have anything out recently. The next one is Family Lore by Elizabeth Acevedo. She was a winner of the National Book Award. I read one book by her years and years ago. I don't remember what that book was. I'll put it up here. It was kind of popular at the time and I liked it enough. And so this one is about a multi-generational story. This is her first adult story or adult novel, because she usually writes YAs. And I'm really not a fan of YAs, but after reading these books or this book right here, I don't know. Maybe I'm a fan of certain books. I don't know. We'll see. So the next book I got from the thrift store. This is One of Us Is Next by Karen M. McManus. So this is, of course, is a thriller. And just to read a little blurb, It says a ton of copycat gossip apps have popped up since Simon died, but in the years since the Bayview Four were cleared of his shocking death, no one's been able to fill the gossip void quite like he could. The problem is no one has the facts until now. This time it's not an app though, it's a game, truth or dare. So this was only $1.59, okay? That's why I got it. And so we are hopefully gonna read this fall, winter. We'll see, because I am definitely a mood reader. The next book is a literary fiction by Layla Motley, The Girls Who Grew Big. And she wrote Night Crawling. I did try to start that book a couple months ago, but it was me, it wasn't the book. I just couldn't get into it. My head just won't right. I was not comprehending nothing. Yeah, it was me. So this one is an astonishing novel about the joys of entanglements of a fierce group of teenage mothers in a small town on the Florida Panhandle. So I love the premise of this book. I know I'm going to relate to this book because I myself was a teenage mother. And so this one was on my wish list. So I went ahead and just picked that one up. Next, we've got a 90s author, okay? Mama by Terry McMillan. So right now I am in the 90s mood. I want something fun, something familiar. Terry McMillan is very familiar to me. You know, she was one of the first Black female authors that started writing in the 90s, along with Beverly Jenkins, and I'm sure a few others, but I'm sure they never got their due. I wanted to get a book that I've never heard anybody talk about, so this one is Mama, and it says, Mildred Peacock is the tough, funny, feisty heroine of Mama, a survivor who'll do anything to keep her family together. In Mildred's world, men come and go as quickly as her paycheck. So that's all I'm gonna read, and I will be picking this up next. It looks like it's gonna be not that bad to read based on how it's, the wording is in the book. It's got 342 pages, and so we will be reading that one soon. Next is another like early 90s, early 2000, maybe 90s author. She's been writing for a while, Connie Briscoe. Never read anything about her. Found this one, of course, in the thrift store for $1.59. This is her right here. And this one follows, this is gonna be very interesting. Almost like, I don't know. It seems like it's set up like Waiting to Exhale. It follows like four ladies, Barbara, Pearl, Jolene, Candace, and Lee, and all the drama that goes on in their relationships and their families and stuff like that. So this is probably going to be a good time, and I'm going to try to get to this one soon too. Okay, so the next three books, I bought these books because I'm planning on reading the books, getting to know the author's style. I've had people ask me for recommendations of a certain sort, and I want to be able to give recommendations, so good recommendations. And so this author is Michelle Stimpson, and so she writes Christian like romance and like family drama, stuff like that, sisterhood books. So this one is called The Good Stuff, Michelle Stimpson. I'm not going to go into details about what it's about. Stay tuned, because I do plan on reading the books and, you know, talking about these books later on. And then this one is Sisters with a Side of Greens. And then we've got a series, which is the Mama B, A Time to Speak series. And this is book number 1. So this one is very, very short. Only like 159 or 58 pages. So I'll probably start this one first. Next, we've got a pocket book, A Prince on Paper by the, it's called the Reluctant Royals series. This is a book series of 3. I've read the first book and liked that years and years ago. And then later on, I found out it was a series. And then later on, once I found out it was a series, I went to look for the second book, and I don't know why I couldn't find it or something like that. But I do have book number 3, and I've had it for a few months now, and finally found book number 2, A Prince on Paper. Really enjoyed book number 1. So this one says, Naira Jarami fled the solo for the glitz and glamour of NYC, but discovered that her Prince Charming exists only in her virtual dating games. While Naira returns home for a royal wedding, she accidentally finds herself up close and personal in bed with a real-life celebrity prince who she loves to hate. So this is going to be a friends to lovers type situation. And so I've only read one book by Alyssa Cole, but she is an author that I do like, that I remember liking. Can't say that I, give it like a 100% opinion about her because I've only read one book, but I did like the the first book, yeah. And so, yeah, A Prince on Paper. Then I forgot to include this one by Michelle Stimpson. This is Boaz Brown, romance, Christian fiction, African American women, spiritual. So yeah, it's a novel. I got this one from Thrift Books, and it's looks in pretty good condition. Okay, all right, so the next book is a James McBride book. This one is called The Good Lord Bird. He won the National Book Award. Okay, so it says Henry Shackfield is a young slave living in the Kansas Territory in 1856, a battleground between anti and pro-slavery forces, when legendary abolitionist John Brown arrives. When an argument between Brown and Henry's master turns violent, Henry is forced to leave town along with Brown, who believes Henry to be a girl in his good luck charm. Who believes Henry to be a girl? I'm like, did I read that wrong? Y'all, I'm gonna have to read this one, put this one high on my list. Yeah, that is The Good Lord Bird. Next is a cozy mystery, The Golden Girls Cozy Mystery. And I don't think this is a series. This is a standalone written by Rachel Ekstrom Courage. And if you know me, you know I love The Golden Girls. Murder by Cheesecake. And so can't wait to get into this one. Next, we've got a Sally Rooney book. I have never read anything by Sally Rooney. I'm curious enough to do so. So I picked this up at Barnes & Noble. As you can see, I got it for 50% off. Paid $13 for it. And I love this cover. It's giving off fall vibes. Intermezzo. I have no clue what it's about. I think she writes a lot about relationships and stuff like that. I don't know. It's a literary fiction. I do know that. And then The Hunting Wives by May Cobb. I bought this because I watched the series. And if you have not watched that series, I do recommend you watch it because it is so good. If you like drama and mess, you would love the series. So I bought the book because I want to see how good the book is. But this one follows Sophie O'Neill. She left her career, left like her big life behind. Her and her husband and her son moved to like a rural county in Texas. And then she meets up with this lady named Margot. And Margot is a troublemaker and a mess. They have this Hunting Wives clique of wives, right? Who have kind of, husbands got money and stuff like that. So they're like socialites of their small country community, right? And they are getting into some drama and mess. It's very scandalous, very salacious, but it is a good time. It is addictive, okay? It is addictive. Once you watch the first season, well, not season, but the first show, you're gonna want to. I binge watched the whole episodes or series. Okay, I'm almost finished. So we've got Kayla Perrin, the Delta Sisters. And so this one I bought from the thrift store. And this one I remember being about a lady. What is it? Okay, let me see. The Grayson family is a pillar of the African-American community in New Orleans, but Sylvia Grayson, the matriarch, has deep secrets that she conceals beneath a veneer of propriety. She keeps a tight rein on her daughter, Olivia, and has the perfect life mapped out for her. But her daughter rebels and some drama ensues, and I'm sure this is going to involve, like I said, secrets and stuff like that. So this one sounded really good. And this one, I think, is an older book, which like I said, I have just been in the mood for familiarity, like Terry McMillan books. Yeah, so I went ahead and picked this up, $4.59. All right, then we've got Beverly Jenkins, which is my favorite romance author. I picked up Topaz, and Topaz is the book that she recommended for newbies to her. I have read 5 of her books right now, and so I'm not sure what I will read next. I kind of wanted to go back like to the beginning. I probably will read Night Song. I think that's her first book, and maybe go in order somewhat. I don't know, but I've got plenty of her books, so I can do what I want. I plan on what I want to do is to get all of her books at some point and read them throughout the years. People who read Beverly Jenkins do not be giving up their books, because you rarely will find her books in the used bookstore. I've never come across any of her books in the bookstore. So, because her books can be reread, like each book that I have read, I can see myself rereading at certain points in my life. You know what I mean? Because she gives it to you all: romance, a little suspense, a little drama, a little history. And I'm finding that I'm very particular with my romances. I like a certain type of romance, a romance that gives it to me all. You know what I mean? A lot going on in the romance, not anything heavy. I thought I would not say don't like Kennedy Ryan. She writes beautifully. I read one book by her, but the book was heavy. The book, it wasn't a happy romance, and the tone of the book was kind of depressing. So, you know, I'm learning what I like in a romance, and I just love the way she writes her romances. So this is about an ambitious newspaper reporter, Kate Love's determination to unmask a railroad stock swindler that has left her or led her to the brink of matrimony with the wealthiest, most eligible black man in the East. The very scoundrel she intends to expose, she ends up falling in love with. And so, yeah, I can't wait to read that. And then lastly, I think this is the last book. If it's not, then oh well, okay? Because I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the video. This will be my last haul for 2025, because I've got a lot of books, and I probably do need to buy a small bookshelf. Now, I don't know what the future may hold. I may be moving. in the near future. I don't know. But if I do, I probably will want to get like bigger shelves and stuff like that. But, you know, we'll see what the future holds. Only God knows. But this is a second helping by Beverly Jenkins in the Blessing series, and I heard it's really good, which I don't doubt. I don't have my glasses on, and I don't feel like getting up to get them. But yeah, so I got this one. And y'all, that is it. It seems like I had more books than this. I don't know if I put some away and forgot all about them or didn't bring them back down, but I don't think so. I think this is, oh yeah, there's one book. There's one book that I want to show you. And this is, I want to say, my most recent book. This one is Asada. Asada is an autobiography. This is Asada Shakur. I loosely know about her, She just died recently. Civil rights activist, a member of the Black Panther Party. Yeah, she was incarcerated, it says, for a prior conviction on flimsy evidence in 1977 as an accomplice to a murder. Yeah, so I want to read her story. You know, I think she's a pivotal person in not only history, I'll say history. It's not just Black history, it's American history. So that's Asada, an autobiography. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching this long arse video. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care and be blessed. Bye.